Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first redaction of the Gladiator of Etapé system. I'm hearing feedback in my ears, so that means that we have sound at least. Now, next to learning how to create a system, I've also learned that when you start a live event, you have to unmute yourself because there's like a setting that mutes you automatically, because that makes complete sense. But anyways, welcome to this video. We're going to talk about our Gladiator hack for 5e. We had the first successful playtest before the weekend, and out of that, thanks to the community on Google Plus and the comments on YouTube and discussions I've had with the players that played with us and other patrons. Well, there's basically some things in the file that needed to be redacted. I'm going to screen share that. In the first video I made, when I was muted, you could see me change the things in the file. This time I'll just go through it because I don't see any point in undoing that typing work. I'm going to screen share. Screen share. And then I'm going to pray that it doesn't mute me again. And I hear from Eddie that the sound is glorious, so I'm really happy. Okay, so screen share. As you can see, I've done some minor things, as made a front page, Gladiators of Etapé. There'll be normally, if everything goes well, there'll be a picture here, written by Truly Yours. And then we come to the body of the text. The character creation, I haven't changed much. I've only changed that there's here in the spellcaster, I had the cleric in between brackets in here, but in the discussion I had with Devon and Stu and Dave and Andrew last week, it was pointed out to me that the cleric is indeed a full spellcaster and not just a weak fighter that has healing spells. So I stand corrected, and I've taken him out of this part for now, because obviously the further we go with this playtest, the faster we'll get the full spellcaster rule taken out. Stat array stays the same. Max HP will remain the same at this moment, but that might change in the future. Since we now start at level 3, it doesn't really make any difference if you in starting, but well, you go through your hit points quite fast, and I might just boost it up to HP 1.5, maybe twice the amount, but I'm still hesitant about that, as I don't want fights to drag on too long. So we'll see how that goes. At the normal gold, I've added an asterisk, as you can see. That is because somebody in the chat from last week told me what is the standard level of gold for a person in the homebrew, and because the homebrew document of Don Foshkas is not yet published, I will share you this table of content. So that's a sneak peek for you guys on the Don Foshcast homebrew document. As you can see, it's fairly basic. You start level 1 at 100 gold. So for us, for this playtest level 3, it will be 500 gold pieces, which is quite generous considering what you can do with gold in 5e. And as later stages, when we'll build level 5 characters or level 10, 20 characters, you'll see the appropriate amount of money that you can spend on making it. The second part that was asked about, I think it was hidden. Hidden names. Hidden Room Studio, who pointed it out that also not everybody knew how the masterwork properties worked in 5e for our homebrew. Well, you have it here. Items. It's basically made to bridge the gap for players between level 3 and 5, which is spot on what we'll be using in this playtest. Between the moment that you just have your standard gear and your magical items, because you really shouldn't have any magical items before your level 5. What it does is all masterwork editions cost 300 gold on top of your base cost of the item. And for weapons, it does 1 additional point of damage. So it does not add to the attack roll, only to the damage. For armor, it reduces non-magical damage taken by 1. And I think both of them could make the difference between surviving a fight and biting the dust of the arena. So not unwise to spend some money on this. And maybe less of a point here, but I've added it anyways for those that like flavor in their characters. The Masterwork Shield gives you a +1 bonus on your AC against ranged weapons. So while I don't expect the ranged weapons to be used often in the arena, I've already seen some quite interesting characters in our Google Plus page that tells me that we not only have min-maxers in our group, but we also have people who love developing a character and doing it well, fitting to the idea they have. The idea of the one of the examples is Jens Heiko made a tiefling fighter who fights with a whip, which is his concept is brilliant at level 10. Level 3 it'd be more difficult to win, but he stuck to his idea to go with the whip, which is amazing, I think, because one, it's kick-ass to whip people, and two, well, you do take a lower damage dice, and that's a bold choice to make in the arena. So props for Jens on that one. And speaking of cool characters, you really want to join our Google Plus page. The link is in the description, but there's already nice conversations going on there, really good ideas from the guys and girls there, and a lot of interesting character concepts already. We have, for example, well, we had a tiefling fighter, but Zach Scheidecker also supplied a dwarf barbarian. So that is a barbarian that is half dwarf, half orc. And in his character sheet, you can also see how that came to pass, which is really cool. We have an interesting and really proficient human fighter made by Corvico. And Hidden Room Studio has actually made a character that I've always wanted to play but never did. That's the Gnome Monk, which is, in my mind, one of the coolest thing you can do, but I'm still working on Trask, the Wood Elf Monk. Then let's go back to the rules. I'm thinking of changing one of the things on the charisma-based bonuses. As you know, charisma is definitely not a dump stat in this hack, but it's actually a really important part of building up your fame and so gaining advantages during the fight. But how I had it at first is, as you can see here, at the end of the fight, both players will throw their fame dice again without the bonuses, and the losers will do that with disadvantage, the winners with advantage. And while I was thinking about it, I thought it was a good idea. But now I'm thinking that if you have bad luck with the dice and you lose 2 or 3 times, you'll run really behind on that fame, which isn't fair because you can have a interesting and entertaining fight without winning it. So I don't think that fame would be damaged that much. And one of way that we can fix this is to make it that the winner just takes the average of his die, of his fame die, +1, and the loser takes uh, the average of the half of his die, then -1. Because this is a community-driven project, I will also add a straw poll to the Google Plus and through the Monday Night Gaming page to let you weigh in on this. As well, the I might have one idea, but I prefer that it's a lot of people weigh in on what's the best option. Another two small things I changed is I remade the the tabs because they were a bit sloppy in in the first document, and I don't like that. And I've moved the intelligence part up here. It was lower down the file before. Intelligence doesn't change. Your intellect modifier will tell you how often you can negate advantage or disadvantage from your opponent. What did change or was added to it is the wisdom, because you guys came up with some great ideas, and I do have to thank a couple of people for that. First one is Oscar S for saying to add arena traps and other dangers. Well, this was something that was already on my mind because I talked about it with my wife before that. I think that having high wisdom should definitely give you an advantage when facing those or using those against your opponent. So that will be a thing. And Hidden Room Studios had also a great one, and that's one I would have never thought about myself. So props to him or her, I'm not sure. That is to allow somebody with high wisdom to slip in secret weapons in for during the fight. And with of illegal items, you could also say, alchemist fire or healing potion or things like that. And here again, we'll make like a poll and a discussion on the Google page during the week to see what we can come up with of what would be suitable to sneak in, and then what should be the difficult, like modifier +1, +2, +3, +4. Because obviously, if you're really, really, really wise, you'll be better at sneaking stuff in, or sneaking better stuff in than if your wisdom is low. Here, I didn't change anything, so I can close this file and go to the what can we expect later, because there's quite a few things that that we still can do. Oh, yeah. Stop. What we're still going to work on is something that's also was talking about in the chat. Is we're going to work on backgrounds and feeds, mainly because being a Pathfinder player and GM, I'm used to having way too many feeds to choose from, a lot of traits to choose from, that it's always kind of a headache to create your character. And in 5e, I find it that it's the opposite. Due to the lack of interesting feeds and diverse backgrounds, I always find myself thinking, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, give you a challenge in that. Is we'll once this video is uploaded to Don't Cast, we'll have the link to the background creation video that Andrew made, and let's go wild and make some crazy background that will entertain us in the future. And a second thing we're going to build is a crowd event table. And a crowd event table, for those that know Blood Bowl, will be will be familiar with it. For those that play Blood Bowl, you'll probably hate it, but I think it's fun. It's having the crowd randomly interact with the fights. That can be to help fighters, that can be to hinder them. So we'll make it like 100 possible things that the crowd could do to spice up the combat. And let's see. Oh yeah, still 2 little things on my agenda, and those are fair things. Well, the first one is Jens Heiko mentioned, he asked if there would be alignment restriction. And normally when I'm running a game, when I'm running a campaign, I restrict alignments because I don't like too many crazy things to happen. But hey, it's an gladiator fight. No, all alignments are welcome because it's a fight. It's not about world domination. It's not about whose god is the best. It's just one fighter against the other and decking it out to see who's the best. And I don't think that alignment does anything to help or prevent a fight of happening. The second opinion it was by Vosev 765, who mentioned that barbarian are basically OP'd for this kind of fight. Seeing how Fuzz did so well in the first fight, I do understand the concern that he raises. But honestly, I think that a smart ranger or a smart fighter using his abilities in the correct way to face a barbarian will probably do really well against them. But what do you guys think? Are there characters in the martial class that have like that it's impossible to beat them, or do you think that with careful planning and good rolling that it's possible to beat a barbarian? Let's see. That's about it. One thing I really want to say is thank you for the guys again at the Google group, the Google Plus group. You're doing a great job at keeping me motivated on working on this by your reactions and giving me great ideas. I really love it. Also, thank you obviously to Dave, Stu, Devin, and Andrew for the first playtest. We'll definitely see more of them as time progresses. And if you've seen the first video I made about this, I was talking about an American patron that was working on the Pathfinder hack for this. His name was Christopher Garcia. He'll going to have a busy time with lots of fun stuff in the future, but he's planning on getting his system playtested by January. So when his come up, look it up, because Pathfinder does also give a lot of interesting ways to make this fun. And as we build together on this, let's help each other out instead of seeing it as competition. It's just colleagues working together to improving our gamings. That's about it. I see. Oh, I see. Eddie asking, what about archers? Well, archers are very welcome to try their luck in the arena. Just stay away from people that try to bash your head in and shoot your arrows, and you should be okay. There's no restriction on that. It's also there's even a shield in game that will give you an advantage against archers. So if you have it, use it when facing an archer. I think that's about it. I see a Marco saying hello there, bully. Well, hello, Marco. If you don't know what this was about, check out the Maze Runner game. the Maze Rat games that's posted online now. We had a really fun time making sure to taking the most out of his character. I want to thank you for your patience when getting this Hangout set up with sound this time, and thank you for all your contributions to the game. I wish you a very fine evening, and I'll see you around the table. Goodbye.